everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 2nd, and today was a beautiful day weather-wise. Started off just stunningly beautiful. Actually had an overcast that kept the temperature down, didn't get hot, had some wind that actually at a couple points in midday, it actually felt chilly, and I was in the shade, and that wind going, it felt chilly, it was damp, it was just that. We got a storm moving, I think it's going to rain before long, I just don't know exactly when and for how much. That'll be the real deal. Tell us the thing. So got this morning at like butt crack at dawn, like it was before, it was like 5:13. I think I woke up this morning. Have a dog getting dropped off 5:30, 5:45 every morning now, and second day, so we'll see. Hopefully get more used to it, and hopefully once Bruce and that dog get a little more used to each other, I'm hoping the dog gets a little more, still puppy, it's like 4 months old, so once it gets a little more calmer, I can possibly just like give the dude a key or give him the lock code out there and be like, hey man, just open the door, chuck the dog inside and relock the door, and I'll talk to you after work. So I don't have to keep getting up at 5 in the morning, but we'll see what happens there. I don't think my dog quite is going to be, he's a little annoyed by the puppy as it is, and then you have another strange dude who basically just opens the door and throws my dog in, or throws his dog in the house. Could cause for a lot of barking and freaking out. And if that happens, then I'm up anyway with much more startled shock, and then I'm waking my wife up as well, and that is not what I want to do. And the one cool thing that is the fact that it was like, oh, you're going to give some guy your key to your house. Technically, no, because I have double locks, and when I put the new deadbolt in, I, very smart, had it keyed separately. So I will be able to basically at that point just give him the key to the deadbolt, and that way whenever I want him to be able in the mornings that night, I just lock the deadbolt, not the actual doorknob, and then basically if at any point when I don't want him to be able to get access to that, I just basically, if he, whether he put the key back in the lock box outside, or he has the process of, any other point later on, I have the doorknob locked, he can't get in there because he only has the one key. So works out really well. I love that concept. I don't know if you guys are doing that. It is a bit more a pain in the butt. You got to like unlock the deadbolt and drop your keys, and basically drop that key down, grab the other key off the keychain. But it's super handy for exactly that purpose. So on a night, somebody, let's say I'm taking off and I'm going to be gone for a little bit. Somebody might be needing to come by and get in or something. I just have to, all I do is lock just the deadbolt, and they have the deadbolt key. Boom, done. Anytime I'm in the house or anytime I know there's nobody else should be coming over, I lock both, and guess what? Boom. Like anybody would happen to have a key left over, doesn't have it. So the other cool thing is started putting in the key locks that are easily rekeyed. So it's pretty cool because I have this the master key to it, whatever you want to call it, and then randomly I can just go in and change the keys to all my locks in the house, which will be pretty cool. Once they're all 100% set up that way, that'll be super handy, and then I can basically just, I don't know, every 6 months, every year, anytime I've ever given a key to somebody or thought I might have lost my car keys or something, I just go and rekey them instead of bringing a locksmith out or having to buy all new locks and whatnot. So definitely a money-saving way to go. And you can just randomly just get a key cut at the store, or just find an old key that you find you had from, who knows, 8 years ago. I have a bunch of old keys laying around that I used to use in old houses and stuff. I just put that lock in, and that's now my new key. So works well. I know a guy who was a landlord who used to have, he had like 10 houses, and he said he kept like 15 locks around because anytime they moved out, he would have swapped the locks, but just rotated the houses. So theoretically, if you had an old key and you rented from him, you could go possibly get into another one, and that's not really cool. But it's better than not changing the locks at all, which most people don't do. So you have that as well. So, but I got dealt with the dog. Basically, tried to hang out here in the living room with the pup. And the little one, I've got a little dog I'm watching as well, does not like him yet. Definitely is not the biggest fan of the dog. So they're kind of getting used to her. I'm out there I basically was trying to keep them quiet. That was my main goal until my wife got up. She finally got up, so I was able to kind of start playing around with the dogs and kind of interact with them a little more. Headed outside and basically let them all play. Everybody's getting along great. Everything's going fine. No big deal. Everything just going as it is, kind of going to go. So went ahead, ended up with another dog that got dropped off for basically just, well, it got picked up, I guess. Got picked up at 8:30 and stuff. They had a dog groomer at 9. She's super happy. Dog's happy. She's got the dog back. Everything's good to go. She took off, and then I had a meet and greet at like 9, and I told her text me when they're on their way over. Kind of give me a reminder. Kind of want to make sure I'm not like sitting around here at 9 o'clock and then I'm texting going, where the hell are you at? And they haven't even left yet, kind of thing and stuff. So it's that little bit, just show me some respect. Because if I haven't heard from you by, say like 8:30, 8:45, whatever, and I know you live in Daytona, I'm going to probably hit you up and be like, hey, are we still on for 9? What's going on here kind of thing. Nope, no word, no nothing. And it is what it is. So they came over, met the dogs, met the people. People are less fit than the dogs, though. Dogs aren't that bad. The one is insanely crazy. That one seemed pretty chill. It was interesting. It was definitely interesting. So they finally, they left, got out of there. Basically, I decided to get a couple other things done. I was like, well, I got some other things to do. I'm going to say hell with it. So I went ahead and went for my run. So I grabbed the pup and thought I'm going to take him for a run as well and see how he does. He does decent on walking, but we'll see how the running goes. And walked about a quarter mile and then started running, and he was not great at the whole running thing, man. He's too distracted. He's not great at it. He also tuckers out. He's very stubborn, bullheaded. When he decides he doesn't want to go that way anymore, he just kind of lays down and you're dragging the dog and stuff. So we had a couple times there. We're going to have to work on a little more. Probably going to work on a little more of just the long distance walking with him before I start running. Seems like when he runs, he gets annoyed way quicker. So we'll work on it, see how it goes. Gotta text my wife. She's like texting me a couple times on my run. I'm like, well, I'm on my run. Like, what the hell? I'm fighting with this puppy. He's annoying the hell. He keeps trying to go the other way. We're back and forth and stuff. He's just distracting me. I just found the people that did the dog meet and greet. I think they were trying to scam. I don't know if they were. I don't know. I can't say they're trying to scam out the system, but they're like, oh, I don't know how it works, and I don't know how the app works and stuff, blah, blah. You damn well, too, know how it works. It's clearly just lazy exactly what it is. They listed both their dogs as one dog, trying to get only charged for one dog, and then they're like, oh, yeah, this dog here, he's so lazy, this dog's like only not having a dog at all. It's almost like you only have one dog here, isn't it? And I'm like, nope, not at all. It's like having two dogs, because that dog you're talking about right there is like having 2.5, because that dog is on crack. Like, that dog is psycho. So, and then it was just annoyed. They were supposed to, when the dogs watched Friday, they decided they're not going to watch Dog Friday. Supposedly, it was just a temporary meet and greet to see if they all got along for a few hours. And they're like, oh, we got a friend that's going to watch our dog. I mean, really? Just ironically, only 5 minutes after I told you the fact that, here's how the app works, here's how you got to set up, and no, I will not be watching your 2 dogs for the price of 1. It's been days now. Days now you've been working this whole thing instead of meet and greet and anything else, blah, blah. And then mere minutes after I tell you, no, I will not watch both of your dogs for the price of 1. You happen to find a friend, just magically out of nowhere. Oh, yeah, they're going to watch this thing. So we don't need to say, both will be sure and keep in contact later. No, not unless you know how to pay for 2 dogs, because I don't need this shit. So, yeah, so that was an interesting one there. So I'm annoyed by that information, which I'd just gotten. And then my wife texts me. I'm like, can you please not text me while I'm running? Like, I'm trying to get this shit done here. The dog's, he's pulling the leash back and forth and stuff, and I kind of felt like a bit of a dick. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm running. So I sent out a road ID, and then apparently she tells me after work she didn't get the road ID. So she didn't know I was running. I'm like, okay, cool, my bad. It is what it is. So went ahead, got back to the house, went ahead and got my shower, got cleaned up and everything. Contacted my father-in-law, and it's still well before noon. Contacted my father-in-law and said, hey, I'm freed up now. If you still need to go to the store, I can come up and get you. And he's like, yeah, I also need it. I said, yes, I know. You need to do a bunch of stuff, not just a store. I understand. That's why we're coming up here, not just ordering, Grub Eats or Uber Eats or Grubhub or what the hell it is, where you just order the food and they pick it up in the store and bring it to you. But so I basically grabbed the 2 dogs, grabbed my dog and the pup, everything else. I went home already. So we headed up, picked him up, texted him up. So I called him, said I'm on my way, texted him, and said, hey, I'm here. And then doesn't seem to come out. Like, it takes him like, what? I was coming. Like, it's a 40-minute drive, like an hour drive depending on traffic, whatever. Just be ready. Like, what the hell? So I was sitting there, I'm like, okay, cool. So I go there and help him. He's basically trying to bring the subwoofer out for his car. He has to take back to the shop, or I don't know what the hell. They got to hook it up. It's literally 2 wires. It's not bolted down or nothing. So why the hell he's dragging it out there? I do not freaking know. Just tell him we don't need it. Hook the sub up and stuff. I'll hook it up when I get the car home, whatever. So, and why he took the damn thing out of the car, he even admits he don't know. Now the thing's all fucking disgusting, covered in cat hair. It looks like shit. Like, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. So, went ahead. Who in the hell knows what they got to take the car to this auto shop, or the stereo shop, I guess. They got the body work fixed, I guess. They had to get a stereo shop, take it somewhere, get it detailed, and there's some other crap they gotta do. I don't know, but they're gonna give me back his car. It's been basically driven by thieves for like a week or whatever it was. They had the car, which God knows what damage they've done to the transmission and motor and everything else and stuff. And no way in shit I'm taking the car back. Like, nope, couldn't happen. First off, what it is. So, but yeah, we'll see how that whole thing works out in the process there. But drove him to the pharmacy, drove him up there, took him to Publix, and doesn't know. I don't know how it's going to take it public stuff. I asked him. He's like, yeah, about the law. So I said, hell, then just grabbed a cigar and sat in the truck, took the dogs, and kind of walked down the parking lot, stuff, this and that. Sat in the parking lot, had myself a cigar, and basically just windows down the truck. Beautiful weather. Absolutely enjoyed it. And it was funny because a while back, him and I kind of got into his vaping his THC pens, his marijuana, his medical marijuana stuff in the car. And I was like, well, it's not be interesting to see what he says about me smoking a cigar in my truck. First off, it's my truck, not my car. It's also my equipment. Also, it's not illegal for me to smoke a cigar. It's illegal for me to have THC in my system. I did not have a medical card. So I did not want to have anything that could be pursued. And I also do not want a reason for a cop when he pulls me over to be like, hey, we smell weed, so we're going to now search your car. I carry nothing. I don't ride dirty. My shit's all up to snuff. All my registration's good. I just don't need any other reason for anybody to think that I'm a weed head. I just... not what I need. So, and I don't like how he is when he's on weed. And he overindulges on his pain relief of his weed, and he gets forgetful. He gets lost. He has no idea what's going on and stuff. He just gets annoying as shit. So I was basically blah blah. Now I didn't see him vape the whole time and stuff. And today I do not believe he was vaping, at least not yet this morning, because he was way sharper than normal. Like, he didn't make me think, oh, this dude needs to be put in a home, which there's been a few times I've been talking to this guy and some of the things he's been doing, we think, we need to put him in a home. So it's definitely one of those things where this makes it even harder for us, because he has days like today where everything seems to be going just fine, and there's no reason why he can't be staying on his own and driving and everything else stuff. Because he was sharp-witted and he was everything else, but then he partakes in way too much THC, and then now he doesn't know that we're on the phone with him about a email that we're trying to look up from his bank or his insurance company, and in the middle of the conversation, which has been on the phone now for 25 minutes, he goes, what are you talking about? What do we want? And I'm like, it's about the damn insurance. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. This whole call has been only about this insurance, and now you don't know what we're talking about. Like, again, my guess is if I had cameras in your house, you would have then ripped a big old hit on your THC pen, and now you don't know what the hell's going on. So no different than have an alcoholic who has a shot or two in the evening to help him sleep. His back hurts and his shoulders and or he has chronic pain. Fine, okay. As opposed to the guy who's drinking Budweisers from noon on or 8 in the morning. You can't just start drinking tequila at noon and think everything's gonna be fine and you're not gonna have some repercussions from this. So that's, I think, part of the problem with the vape pen is the fact that he's overdosing on it because he doesn't think it's affecting him, or I don't know. So it is what it is. So he basically got out. I don't know if you've noticed I had a cigar. So I basically finished up my cigar, I drove him home, and loaded all his groceries and stuff, brought them all in the house and whatnot, let the dogs run around in his yard, let them pee and stuff real quick. And then I basically headed back home, finished up my cigar on the way back to the house. Everything seemed great. Got back here, hung out with the dogs, went and filled the truck up with fuel also. It was just, I don't know, just... He was complaining about his brother, something about his brother would want to take him to the doctor or something. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. So it is what it is. There's kind of whined about that there. But and then we started something like, I don't know, it is what it is. So got back to the house, went ahead and basically got what I had put away, whatnot, everything. Went outside, hung out with the dogs for the rest of the day, pretty much. I just been hanging outside. The weather's gorgeous. It's actually chilly enough that I almost put a jacket on. It's how, with the shade and the weather is absolutely amazing. So went ahead. Karen got home from work. Everything. Actually, they basically, I texted the guy with the dog, the puppy, and said, hey, I'm heading to Ormond. I got to do this with my father-in-law and stuff, blah, blah. But I should be back before you get off work. But in case for some reason I'm not back when you get off work, just let me know when you're off work. I'll let you know I'm not back yet, and I'll bring the dog directly to your house. Like, I'll bring the puppy to you. You don't have to go back out again because it's my fault that you're not there I'm not there to have you pick the dog up with me. And the guy's like, yeah, no big deal. I'll just work, a little late because I have overtime available and blah, blah, whatever. Just let me know when you're done. So I was on my way back. I basically said, hey, I'm on my way back. I'll be done anytime you want to pick the dog up, But feel free, since you're thinking about working over, feel free to work overtime. So he went ahead and ended up working another hour over. So he picked the dog up an hour late, which was after my wife got home from work. And then we basically kind of hung out there. We were talking a little stuff, a little bit of pinball, watched a little bit of TV. I threw in some pork chops in the sous vide and had them cooking for a handful of hours, which is so nice with the sous vide. I can throw them in like 12 hours before I need them, truthfully. I mean, like, it's amazing how long that thing how well that does. So went ahead, chucked them in there. They were phenomenal. I went ahead and just browned them up in the pan. Nothing major, a little bit of oil, and just let them put a little sear on it. Don't need it. It just adds a little bit of that caramelization, and then it's mostly for color. So we had that. We also had some baked potatoes, some sour cream, some butter in them, just nice good salt, pepper, and garlic in your potatoes. You can't really go wrong with that. Had herself a wonderful meal. And then I was tired, waking up a couple days in a row super early. It's chilly enough that I was like, tired enough. I was like, I'm even going back out. So I didn't go back outside. I just went and put my cushions and stuff up, came inside and said to hell with it and wrapped it up, called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.